Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, good morning to you. Welcome to the show. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. We do the show from the Par-Mar store studio. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, including Thornhill Toyota. The Toyota Tacoma is your MVP. Most versatile pickup. Head to the road to total savings. US 119 in Chapmanville, or visit ThornhillToyotaWV.com. Phone calls to the show. A service of Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly on Spring Street. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Taylor, Virginia Street in Charleston. Visit BassmasterTaylor.com. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Back once again. Since we last talked, we have entered fall officially yesterday, but I don't expect it's going to feel like fall anytime soon. Doesn't seem like it anyway, or what the Spencer Atkinses and Brian Hugheses of the world would say. Also, since we talked last, your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds, have made it to the championship of their league, the Atlantic League. First two games are here tomorrow night and Wednesday night at Gomart Ballpark. Joe Gearin of the Dirty Birds is going to be here a little bit later on to join us to talk about that. Plus, it's a record semester as far as enrollment goes for the University of Charleston. The president of UC, Dr. Marty Roth, will join us in studio. Plus, your calls and texts are welcome too. Again, Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. Getting a little out of my lane here with our next guest. We're going to talk about flowers, all right, to a certain extent. Marjorie Cook and Tori Hardy with the Kanawha Garden Club, and they're here to tell us about a big event happening next Monday and Tuesday at the Clay Center. Good morning, and we will start with you, Marjorie. Good morning.
Good morning, Dave. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. And Tori, very nice to meet you as well. I'm going to have to have you definitely step into that microphone a little bit.
Okie dokie.
All right. All right. So big event happening at the Clay Center 1 week from today. Also the following day on Tuesday. Marjorie, what's going on here?
Yeah, really wonderful event upcoming, and to break it down, it is like a pop-up museum for flowers and all things outdoors, and it is something that our garden club does not do but once every 20 years. It is called Motherland Appalachian Beauty. It is a flower show, a Garden Club of America sponsored flower show, and it will have some incredible things on display available Monday afternoon, 3:30 to 5, and then all day Tuesday, 10 to 5. And we just wanted to come on to say this is so unusual and it happens so infrequently. It is something to see.
And this is kind of like a national thing, right? I mean, you have a lot of people that are going to be coming in for this, right?
We do. We have, we expect competitors for this flower show. It is a competition to come from not only West Virginia, but probably Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky, and possibly even from farther. So folks bring their specimens and their floral designs, and it is going to be fantastic. And it obviously with live things, it is a short window, and things look good for a few days. So it is here, and then it is gone. So we wanted to tell your listeners to come take a look because it is going to be gorgeous.
Tori, let's bring you in here. Marjorie and I have known each other for a while, but you're a newcomer to the show. What's your involvement in all this?
I'm one of the flower show chairs, so we developed and wrote the schedule for this flower show, and it really highlights Appalachia and what is unique and wonderful about the area that we live in. You know, West Virginia is the only state that is all within the Appalachian Mountains, and it makes us unique. You know, our topography is unusual. We've got the mountains. It makes our communities very small because we can't live anywhere else, and that means that they have to be very self-reliant. They have to grow their own vegetables. They had to build their own house. They had to even be their own doctors. One of the classes that we have is a container garden, and it's plant 5 plants that might be in a pioneer garden. So you're not only going to be planting your squash, you're also going to be planting your sage because that helps with upper respiratory conditions.
Well, certainly. That's really interesting. I have information posted about this on my social media because this is a big deal for Charleston to host this event, right?
It is. And we are at the Clay Center. It's easy access in and out. And the 4 classes that we showcase, we've got floral design. So in that case, you think of flower arrangements, but some are very modern and some will be very different. Some will, we have quilt displays, flower designs that look like quilts, very unusual. So we've got floral design, we've got horticulture, which means cut stems or cut branches, and all of them are competing. So you're going to get to see all of the finest. Then we have a photography component of the exhibit, huge, and then botanical arts. And I'm going to kick it to Tori to tell you about botanical arts.
Was that your major in college? Sounds like it should be.
It's crafting for adults. This is the way I like to look at it. Botanical arts are entries in a flower show that are made out of all plant materials. So that can be pine needles. It can be the stamens of a flower. But it has to be all natural, and they can be they can have surface treatment. They can be painted. They can be shellacked. They can be varnished. And so we have classes. One of the classes we have is, since West Virginia has the newest national park, one of the classes is Badge of Travels, and is to make a badge of a real or imagined state park.
Okay. How big is this stuff? I mean, as far as nationwide, I mean, as far as a hobby, for a lot of people, it's a profession, but I mean, how popular is this?
Yes. Well, Tori and I are both members of a local club called Kanawha Garden Club. Mm-hmm. We are one of 200 clubs nationwide, and all total there are 18,000 members in that club. So we have a national affiliation. Kanawha Garden Club is the only GCA club in the state. And we're trying to just grow popularity. It is, we not only have an interest in floral design, but our garden club is very interested in conservation, and I'm missing a component, education. So part of us wants to get folks to the show, not just for the beauty, but there are educational classes. Students would be interested, folks who like wandering in museums, folks who are gardeners, and it appeals to a great group. And Dave, I want to get you there.
All right. Well, sounds good. As I said, I'm kind of out of my lane on this. Marjorie reached out to me about this, and I said, sure, come in and talk about it, because this really is a big deal to have this in Charleston. And again, and I'll get back to it here in 1 second. I do need to let you know that the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. We're going to talk about the Birds a little bit later on in the show. They have made it to the championship round. Games 1 and 2 will be played tomorrow night and Wednesday night at Go-Mart Ballpark here in Charleston. Charleston taking on the Revolution of York. You can visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com for more information. And again, Jill Gearin, I think for the 3rd straight day, is going to be on the show coming up just a little bit later on. It is worth noting, getting back to the show, Tori and Marjorie, that admission is free, so you certainly can't argue about the price.
Yes, and we're trying to encourage folks like Edgewood Summit to bring buses of folks to come see it.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Again, it is a short-lived show, and Dave, the show complements a zone meeting for members who are coming from a 4-state region. So that is one of the primary reasons for these folks coming into town. So we have about 150 guests coming to Charleston, and they have tours all over the city to see various points of interest.
What will you take them on the tours? I mean, you may not be serving as a tour guide, but because I was listening to the morning news this morning, and we just and I'm going to kind of butcher the story, but we have two buildings here that have been added, I think, to the National Historical Register, and one of those is Capitol Market, and the other is the Benny Keatum Shrine. So that's what that'd be a good place to start.
Well, we have one of those in our tour.
There you go.
They're going to be going to the Capitol Market.
No, you got it. Anybody from out of town, you got to take them to Capitol Market.
Going to the Capitol Market. We're also doing having a tour of the art display at the Clay Center, and the other one is a hike on the newest trail, the Jones. I forget the name of it. off of Loudon Heights Road. The piece of property that they just cut new trails in.
And we have Bev Campbell, one of our club members, is taking folks on a hike on that trail, as I understand it. And we have the president of the Garden Club of America coming to Charleston for this event. So it's a wonderful opportunity for the city to showcase what is beautiful here. And we just really hope folks can come to the show to appreciate the floral designs, the botanical arts, the photography, and the horticulture. So it's really is something for everyone, and we really thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it highlights Appalachia. The show is called Motherland Appalachian Beauty.
Right. Now, it's certainly aptly named. And again, it's going to be next Monday and Tuesday at the Clay Center. Monday evening hours, I think.
Monday, 3:30 to 5 p.m.
Okay.
So a short window, but all the specimens will look the best on Monday.
The specimens. I like the way you say that, the specimens. But that's going to be on Tuesday. So, I mean, this is
all day.
It's a great event to have this in Charleston. It really is. Now, I've got information posted on my social media pages about it. We got a little poster on there if you want to check it out. I know you guys are going to be really busy with that. Marjorie, Tori, I appreciate you both for being here. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next Monday and Tuesday at the Clay Center.
Super. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you so much.
All right, hang out with me 1 second here. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Bridge Valley. If you're interested in improving your company's IT workforce, know that they offer custom-tailored IT training to bridge the skills gap. At Bridge Valley, train for little or no cost. 50/50 salary match, too. They can also supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu/apprenticeships today. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dirty Birds have made it to the championship round. We'll talk to Jill Gearin about that. But before we get there, Dr. Marty Roth from the University of Charleston coming up next. Back after this from the Parmar Store studio and the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses bring first-class businesses to your community.
Andrew Anderson is an experienced leader for Kanawha County. Andrew Anderson is a proven job creator running for the House of Delegates. Andrew Anderson knows what it takes to create jobs, improve education, and end the drug abuse crisis that hurts our families. Andrew Anderson will always fight for our families. Vote for Andrew Anderson for House of Delegates on November 5th for a better West Virginia.
I'm Andrew Anderson, and I ask for your vote on November 5th for House of Delegates.
Paid for by Andrew Anderson for West Virginia, Andrew Anderson, Treasurer.
Calling all sports fans this season, the Toyota Tacoma is your MVP. Most versatile pickup. Hey, it's Sydney. And whether you're hauling gear or heading out for a weekend adventure, the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma has you covered. Ready to win? Drive off in a new Toyota Tacoma today with rates as low as 4.99% APR. It's game time at the new Thornhill Toyota. Your new Tacoma is waiting on the road to total savings. US 119 in Chapmanville and ThornhillToyotaWV.com. Every fan, every team, every season, go Thornhill. Let's qualify for all offers through Toyota Financial. See Thornhill for full details.
West Virginia starts its day with the morning news.
After a truck wreck Wednesday in Monongalia County that caused a hazmat incident, the cleanup continues near the Goshen Road exit. Southbound traffic is being detoured there. A missing persons case in Kanawha County has some new answers.
The Kanawha County Sheriff's Department announcing Wednesday that human remains found in Boone County belong to a Kanawha County woman.
The morning news, weekday mornings beginning at 5 on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Head to Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, the Labor Day sale. Save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 instant gift. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
West Virginia starts its day with the morning news.
After a truck wreck Wednesday in Monongalia County that caused a hazmat incident, the cleanup continues near the Goshen Road exit. Southbound traffic is being detoured there. A missing persons case in Kanawha County has some new answers.
The Kanawha County Sheriff's Department announcing Wednesday that human remains found in Boone County belong to a Kanawha County woman.
The morning news, weekday mornings beginning at 5 on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Calling all sports fans this season, the Toyota Tacoma is your MVP. Most versatile pickup. Hey, it's Sydney. And whether you're hauling gear or heading out for a weekend adventure, the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma has you covered. Ready to win? Drive off in a new Toyota Tacoma today with rates as low as 4.99% APR. It's game time at the new Thornhill Toyota. Your new Tacoma is waiting on the road to total savings. US 119 in Chapmanville and ThornhillToyotaWV.com. Every fan, every team, every season, go Thornhill. Plus qualify for all offers through Toyota Financial. See Thornhill for full details.
Get your favorite Metro News shows and live events on your smart television or streaming device now by downloading the Metro News television app for free. Watch Talkline with Hoppy Kercheval, Sportsline with Tony Caridi, Three Guys Before the Game, and lots of original content with more being added weekly. Get the Metro News television app from the Apple App Store or Google Marketplace. Metro News Television is powered by WVU Medicine, the West Virginia Department of Tourism, and Dan Cabot Toyota.
Hey, need a break from serious news and stale sports takes? Tired of the same old talk radio?
Join us weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Metro News Hotline. Sports, music, movies, pop culture with good-natured arguments as lively as a WVU tailgate party.
Hey, you live for Mountaineer sports, right? And that weird new movie or TV show that everybody's buzzing about? How about your favorite local beer and hangouts? If it's trending here in West Virginia or worldwide, we're dishing on it. You might even learn a thing or two.
Metro News Hotline with Dave Weekley on this Metro News station.
Cincinnati Reds baseball on 580 WCHS is presented in part by Manny Ellison Lane. Visit yourwvinjuryattorneys.com.
Taking a ground ball back to the pitcher. It kicks away. Here comes Hines to the plate, and the Reds walk it off. Strike three called. Fastball right over the inside corner. Brandon Williams to strike out the side.
Your home for Reds baseball, 580 WCHS.
It is 9:24. Older adults should protect themselves against severe respiratory disease. Talk to your doctor about flu, COVID-19, and RSV vaccines. Risk less and do more. Get started at vaccines.gov. That's vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. And the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Mays Agency. Spend time on your business, not your insurance. Brightway Insurance, the Mays Agency, can help explain the type of insurance you need based on your line of business, your location, and other important factors. They can select different insurance companies to make sure you're getting the right coverages and prices to protect your business. For more, visit BrightwayMays.com. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. Hoppy Kercheval coming up at 10:06 with Metro News Talk Line from the Encove Insurance Studios in the Dale Miller Building in Morgantown. Brian Dayton for the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce on the show this morning. Jonathan Savage of Fox News Radio. West Virginia Attorney General and Republican gubernatorial candidate Patrick Morrissey on with Hoppy today. Former Charleston Mayor Danny Jones, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Brad McElhaney, and Tony Caridi on the Mountaineer win over Kansas. Also Chris Steyerwalt. How's that for a loaded up show? It's all with Abby coming up at 10:06 this morning. Metro News Talk Line. Dr. Marty Roth from the University of Charleston joins us now. Dr. Roth, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Great to be here with you. Hey, I understand someone might be celebrating a birthday.
Yes, it is my birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate you bringing it up. And also, we kind of got our wires crossed there. That may have been on me. So I apologize. I had you today. You thought it was another day. But luckily, we have Gail Carter to come to the rescue of both of us, right?
That's what she does each and every day.
I apologize for that. I'll get with you later. But I do want to talk about an event. Last week, the University of Charleston had an event at the Innovation Hub, which is downtown. I got to say, that is a great facility and a great addition to downtown Charleston. Yes,
we're very pleased with how things are going. One of the main programs that we offer there is called a Business Accelerator Program, and it provides workshops, training, coaching, mentoring, and advising to existing small and medium-sized businesses to help them scale up and grow. The program is funded through a U.S. EDA grant as well as matching funds from the Benedum Foundation and the City of Charleston. So it provides all of those things to small businesses at no cost to them. So it's about a 5-month experience. Most of the work is done virtually, but we bring everybody together as a cohort once a month. So it provides for some great networking opportunities for the businesses that participate.
And I had an opportunity to sit in on that meeting last week, and I learned a heck of a lot, Dr. Roth, to be honest with you, just kind of sitting there taking it all in. Not that I have a lot of business acumen myself, but I like to be around those that do. And I learned a lot, and it sounds like it's beneficial to everybody involved.
Yes, absolutely. We're getting terrific feedback from the businesses that have completed the Business Accelerator program. We're now in the middle of cohort number 3. Actively recruiting for another group of 8 to 12 businesses that will join us in January for cohort number 4. So I'd encourage everybody to just jump on the University of Charleston website, just search on innovation, and you'll find our Downtown Innovation Hub and the Business Accelerator program. Very easy application process. Or if you're in the neighborhood, have a small business, just stop down and visit us on Capitol Street. And we'll be happy to tell them more about the program and see if it's a good fit for them.
Again, we're talking with Dr. Marty Roth from the University of Charleston. Record semester, I understand, for enrollment at UC. Talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. We're very pleased, given the pressures that we're all reading about in higher education, the drop in the number of students graduating from high school and so forth. We're very pleased that we brought in over 800 new students to UC this fall semester, students that are enrolled in a degree-seeking program. Our high water mark over the past 5 years was 708, so significant increase for us, so very excited, and that brings our total enrollment to a high water mark as well, with over 2,800 students enrolled for the start of the fall semester. So as you can imagine, we're a pretty diversified campus with lots of different programs offered in Charleston, in Beckley, and online, serving traditional high school graduates as well as adult learners. So certain programs, we saw really great increases in enrollments. Others didn't do quite as well, but overall the net effect was terrific for us this fall.
What's responsible, Dr. Roth, for more people choosing the University of Charleston?
Yeah, I think it's a few things, Dave. One is we are extremely student-focused. That's our primary core value. It's something we talk about each and every day. That's why we're here. That's what gets us excited to get up and go to work every day, is having the opportunity to work with students and help transform their lives and enable them to achieve their personal and professional goals. We also have a mission that carries across all of our program, and that's that we're going to educate each and every student for 3 things: a life of productive work, enlightened living, and community involvement. So we are very committed to our core values, to our mission statement, and I think what that ends up providing is students with a really high-quality experience with faculty and staff who care about them, who work very closely with them. And our our view is once we admit a student to the University of Charleston, it becomes our responsibility to make sure they're having a great experience and to get them to the finish line.
Talking with Dr. Marty Roth, the president of the University of Charleston, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Jute, J-O-O-T, for the best in security systems for both your home or business. Talk to Jute of Tays Valley. Visit protectedbyjute.com. What's got you excited on campus this semester, sir? What's on your planner, and what's making you smile these days?
Yeah, great question, Dave. Well, of course, athletics is very big for us here at UC, so our fall sport teams are off to a great start. We had a terrific homecoming weekend, and our football team had a great victory down at UC Stadium. Both of our soccer teams won. Volleyball team hosted a tournament and did great. So athletics is always a lot of fun for us here at UC, and we enjoy supporting our student athletes as they do what they love to do. We're also very proud of the work that we continue to do with the first responder community here in West Virginia. In the fall of 2022, we helped 300 emergency medical services personnel earn a 15 college credit leadership certificate program that was funded by Governor Justice and the legislature. And this fall, we have close to 400 law enforcement personnel enrolled in a senior leadership certificate for law enforcement through a grant that we were able to procure through the U.S. Department of Justice with the help of Senators Capito and Senators Manchin. So we're really committed to take the deep expertise that we have in leadership education and training and provide it to different parts of the West Virginia community that really could benefit from it, and first responder community, EMS, law enforcement, corrections are groups that we're really proud to help.
And before we let you go, what are some things people can look forward to in the future? I know you got a golf tournament coming up. I'm going to get into that a little bit later on, but what else is in the future for the University of Charleston? Yeah, so Dave, if we're not innovative, I don't know what we are here at UC. So we launched 3 new programs this fall, a Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia Practice program in partnership with CMC, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice leadership, as well as a master's in mental health counseling. And we're in the process of working on some new offerings that we hope to bring online in the fall of 2025, including a bachelor's degree in nutrition and a artificial intelligence major within our computer science degree. So we're always trying to identify what are the areas where there's great demand for jobs and opportunities for us to work with students of all ages and backgrounds and provide them with the skills to get great jobs here in West Virginia and throughout the region. And I'll just throw this in here as we close on this golf tournament. There is a fundraiser for the University of Charleston coming up on October the 18th at Edgewood Country Club, noontime shotgun start, lunch provided by Chick-fil-A at 11 o'clock. And it's on a Friday if my calendar glancing is correct. So be a good way to kick off your weekend early, play a little golf, and raise money for UC. That's absolutely right. Will Johnson does a terrific job coaching both our men's and women's teams. They're having a great fall season as well, and it'll be an opportunity not only to play on a great course and have some great food, but to meet our golf student athletes who are from all over the state, all over the country, all over the world. Really terrific young men and women that I know everybody would enjoy having a chance to meet. Indeed. Dr. Marty Roth, I appreciate you being flexible this morning. We had a little mess up on my end, 100% on my end on the scheduling, but Gail Carter was right on top of it and got you in. I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot. Absolutely, Dave. Great talking with you. You as well. Dr. Marty Roth, again, for the University of Charleston. Again, that golf fundraiser is at Edgewood. It is happening on October the 18th, noontime shotgun start, and lunch provided by Chick-fil-A. If you need more information, just contact the folks at the University of Charleston. Some exciting things going on at all of our institutions of higher learning, not only UC, but all the others in the area as well. In the heart of West Virginia, there exists a profound force that goes beyond the realm of sports, transcending limitations and fostering a sense of belonging. Special Olympics, a remarkable initiative. Showcase of the latest episode of West Virginia Enriched in collaboration with Huntington stands as a testament to the power of determination, unity, and unwavering support. See a video highlighting the Special Olympics at facebook.com/580 WCHS. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. Coming up on tomorrow's show, this Saturday, the place to be in Charleston is going to be on the west side as Charleston Urban Works will present October West. Saturday, technically, I know you're looking at the calendar. Saturday technically is in October, but it's close enough. Rick Caviter, the executive director of Charleston Urban Works, is going to join us to talk about that tomorrow. I do want to mention that our stations will be live from there. I'll be there representing our sister station, 987 The Mountain, Wild and Wonderful Classic Rock, starting around 3 or so in the afternoon. Also, coming up on tomorrow's show, one of our fine show sponsors, Jute. You hear me talk about home security all the time. Well, the folks at Jute, Josh will be with us to talk about it coming up on tomorrow's show. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Poor indoor air quality can cause a variety of health issues like allergies, respiratory problems, and more. Pinnacle offers specialized indoor air quality services for residential, commercial, and industrial type settings. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can't hurt you. And I just want to say thank you to the folks at Pinnacle because they set us up with some tickets for the WVU Kansas game this past weekend. I was able to give those away to a listener on the air on Friday's show, and I know that person enjoyed, especially since the Mountaineers pulled it out. They made it dramatic, but they had to pull it out in the last 5 minutes or so. So thanks to the folks at Pinnacle for making that possible. We're going to take a break. When we come back, your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds, are in the championship round. Play begins tomorrow night at Go-Mart Ballpark. 2 games here and the rest on the road. Jill Gearin from the Dirty Birds, who's here more than I am now, she will be on to join us. We'll be back right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for shopping locally.
The temperature isn't the only thing heating up in West Virginia this summer. Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is heating up the savings too. Now, if you've been thinking about a new car, truck, or SUV for the summer travel season, then what are you waiting for? Now is the time to buy. Check this out. Find new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, both with 2 and 3 row seating. Now with summer savings up to $8,500 off MSRP. There's several new Jeep Wrangler Unlimiteds on the lot too, with summer savings up to $5,000 off MSRP. And if you're thinking more along the lines of pre-owned, Walker has you covered there too. Gene and Ryan have loaded down the pre-owned lot with inventory and marked every single one of them down with summer savings as well. And you know there are no gimmicks or games in Walker, just honest, fair deals, because they built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. But these hot savings and all this inventory are not going to last long at these prices, so don't wait. Take that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Hurricane. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
According to USA Today, 1 in 7 children in West Virginia face food insecurity issues. Hi, I'm Jason Quintrell, President and CEO of Union Mission Ministries. There are some obstacles our children face with access to food despite many feeding programs available. That is why Union Mission has partnered with some local middle schools to place food directly into the hands of children who need it. Help us remove those obstacles and help feed our kids. Visit unionmission.com to learn more.
Trojan Landing Marine is excited to announce they've expanded into power sports. Now offering mini bikes from Benelli and scooters from Keyway, you can find everything you need for your next adventure. Whether you're hitting the water or the open road, Trojan Landing has you covered with the latest boats and power sports vehicles. Visit today and check out the new lineup of mini bikes and scooters. Adventure awaits at Trojan Landing in Charleston. Find more fun at trojanlanding.com.
21 minutes away from 10, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, presented in part by General Hardware of Winfield and Milton, General Lumber of Winfield. For all projects, big and small, shop locally. Visit generalhardwarewv.com. Text says, good morning, Dave. Just wanted to share, don't miss the 77th Annual West Virginia Gazette Mail Kanawha County Majorette and Band Festival at Laidley Field. Tomorrow night features a special exhibition performance by special guest, the Pride of West Virginia. The Mountaineer Marching Band show starts at 6:30, and if necessary, the rain date will be Wednesday night. This is a regular commercial here. Tickets are on sale at each of the 8 Kanawha County high schools, Gorby's Music in South Charleston, and at Laidley Field for $8, or at the gate on the day of the show for $10. And if you're unable to attend in person, the event will be live streamed on the WV Gazette Mail's website, says a texter. That was written just like a commercial, Jill.
It was. That was impressive.
Very impressive. Jill Gearin from the Dirty Birds, back again. How you doing?
I've lost my voice a little bit. That's because we were screaming pretty hard from winning the Southern Division Championship, but we're going to power through.
And we also got the boss, Andy Shea, here. Andy, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Pumped to be here. I lost my voice after game 1, so now I'm actually rebounding a little bit more. So I'm a little ahead of that.
All right, so we've made it to the championship round, and Jill, you were here just about every day last week talking about it. And as I was joking during the break there, you guys are going to be happy not to be playing a team called Gastonia, because you played them for like 700 straight games or something ridiculous like that.
We played them for the final 6 games of the regular season, and then played them for the playoff games as well. So it was 10 games in a row against them. Now we're playing York. We've only seen them 6 times this season, so it's going to be a lot different.
How have we done against York in the regular season?
Not bad. So remember in June, that was when we were dealing with all of the players finally being signed and by the major league team. So that was when we were in a bit of a rut. So York has not seen the new and improved Dirty Birds.
Andy, let's talk about this championship run. I mean, you guys had a great season, struggled at times, but rebounded as quality spring sports teams are apt to do. Went down to, you started here, and then you went down to Gastonia, and you were able to wrap up the series. How big is this now for the Dirty Birds to be in the championship round?
Oh, it's amazing. And, I mean, first of all, I wouldn't mind playing Gastonia some more. I mean, considering we just,
their number now.
We just celebrated on their fields 2 times in a week. I'm pretty happy about that. But, it's been absolutely amazing. And, I mean, it's just been a lot of fun, and I think that, taking a step back, the relationship that I have with PJ Phillips, and we've been talking about it a ton, and we've done this before in a sense, but it's so much more special here, and having all of the fans that we had in Gastonia this past weekend, I mean, it was nonstop discussion. I mean, there was really more talk about the amount of fans that we had there than probably what was going on the field. So it is just unbelievably exciting. It's so amazing and just so energizing having the community support it so much, and the guys are great. Like we mentioned, that's the beauty of having a 2-half season, that as great as we were the first 3 weeks, then we lost like 8 key impact players getting signed. We lost arguably the best player in Atlantic League history to injury right around that time. So we did have, a little down period, but then as soon as the second half hit, we had a revamped pitching rotation. We had a revamped lineup. Some of the guys that were kind of struggling in the first half have been absolutely dominant the second half and in the playoffs. So, I mean, these guys are playing great, pitching, hitting, coaching, you name it. They're really hitting on all cylinders.
Talking again to Andy Shea and Joe Gearin from the Dirty Birds. And, there's such a history of baseball in Charleston. We talk about going back, to the Senators and the Charlies and the Alley Cats and the Power and all of the names we've had, to the Wheelers, and to just bring that back again and to have people seriously jacked up about baseball again in Charleston.
It's amazing. I mean, I love, that's one of the most special things to me since I've lived here and since I've been talking to people and everything, that when you talk to people, it is kind of funny and so cool hearing them talk about their memories when it was the Charlies, hearing their memories when it was the Alley Cats or the Wheelers, and this happened. And I remember I went with my grandfather, and I can't wait to take my grandkids. And, all of those memories that have been ingrained in this community, it's just so amazing and just fulfilling hearing those and then being part of it, making new memories now. And just the electricity, the energy at the ballpark last week was second to none. I mean, those Tuesday and Wednesday games, even Wednesday, we were, all due respect, we were a little flat on the field. It felt like postseason baseball. It was awesome.
And you referenced the trip down to Gastonia. I saw some of those pictures, guys, that were posted online. I thought these were taken from a home game. I thought these were taken from Gomart Ballpark, but they were actually, you had that many fans that either lived in the area or made the trip down to Gastonia.
You're spot on. And I'm sorry, especially that last game, there's no chance that it didn't positively affect our outcome, especially Saturday. I mean, you could see how fired up the guys were getting from having that huge, awesome section. And frankly, there were multiple sections. I mean, that's what was so cool, is that it really did. I mean, it didn't feel like an away game to me, and I don't think it did to the players. And I think that translated just massively to the results.
Talking to Andy Shea and Joe Gearin of the Dirty Birds. The Birds have advanced to the championship round. First 2 games at Gomart Ballpark. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Huston's Pizza. At your favorite Huston's this month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an 8-inch chocolate chip cookie for only $23.99. Jill, let's talk about promotions. Anything special going on?
Same thing as last week.
Okay.
As you've mentioned before, we are very superstitious in the baseball world. We are not changing the promotions. Kids 12 and under get in for free $2 hot dogs, popcorn, soda, beer. The kids zone will be there as well. What am I missing? Bark in the Park as well.
And this is basically the same format as was the series against Gastonia, right, guys?
Correct.
I mean, you'll play 2 here, and then you go on the road for the rest.
Yep, best of 5 series, 2 here, and then you can watch everything else on Flow Baseball or make the trip up to York.
Up to York. How far is that from here, approximately, off the top of your head?
Well, hopefully we don't hit the insane amount of construction that we had down in Gastonia, but I think without that, 5.5 hours.
All right. Talk about the mood in the clubhouse when you guys clinched. I know you guys were there. Talk about what that was like when you clinched.
I think it's amazing. I think that, and that's what's so awesome about this league, that whether it's the guys that have joined us within the last month, they were celebrating and happy and posting on Instagram as much as the guys who were here in spring training. I mean, they really have gelled well. They all have such a common goal that, as excited as they were, it was really kind of cool. I think it was genuine. It wasn't some cliche that they were saying, it's not over yet. I mean, they were very, very excited. They were very happy and everything, but they also knew we've got one more week of business to do.
And again, the series is going to start tomorrow night, so you got 2 here at Gomart Ballpark. And as Jill said, all of those promotions, from the $2 stuff to the kids zone to the bring your dogs out, everything is happening just like it was last week.
Exact same as everything. If you have questions, go to our social media. We have all the information there. Also to dirtybirdsbaseball.com.
And should people plan on getting their tickets? Like, do you want people to get them in advance, or just show up?
Either. We just want people to come.
Just be
Obviously,
there.
come. But, I mean, if you have a specific seat that you like, again, if you were here Tuesday and Wednesday and you were in a seat, make sure you sit there. We want to win the series. We're superstitious. So go to dirtybirdsbaseball.com and get that specific seat that you want.
I love Jill and I share the superstition thing. Andy, I guess you're a true baseball guy, too. I guess you do as well, right?
Well, Friday night, since we got there a little late, I realized last minute that I forgot a belt. So I was beltless for the first time. So I damn well was beltless the next day, and I'm looking like I'm going to be beltless moving forward. So
if you see Andy with his pants down, it's okay. Don't call the police. It's okay. It's okay. Talk about the new manager, PJ Phillips. I mean, you had him in here on opening day. You guys were in the studio here. Talk about what he's brought to this team.
Absolutely. So, I mean, PJ and I have known each other and kind of been together for the last 5 years, and he brings such a different demeanor, vibe, and attitude than any other manager in our league. And I think that the way that he recruits players, it fits perfect to what he's trying to do. So, I mean, he has an amazing network. I think everyone likes him. But then I think when they get here, they're on the same page pretty much instantaneously. And you can't say that for a lot of other managers. I think a lot of other people try and, go with different agendas or try and placate to the players, and that can only last so long. PJ is who he is, and he is very, very consistent. He's been the same guy that I know him since when we were in essentially a made-up league during COVID to Atlantic League and everything in between. So he's had tremendous success in this league. He had great success his 1 year in the Frontier League last year. I mean, he made it to the playoffs his one and only year as a manager in the Frontier League. So he really brings just a very, very confident aura to the entire place. And, the other thing that I think I love and I think that our fans respect is that he's so even-keeled that he doesn't go ballistic. He doesn't, try and do some corny, pre-scripted, I'm going to get tossed and hopefully someone gets it on John Boy Media or something. Like, he is very, very professional. He's just very even-keeled. And that translates to the clubhouse and to the dugout tremendously.
Again, guys, the championship begins tomorrow night, Gomart Ballpark, 6:35.
Correct.
And also Wednesday night. So you get 2 here, and then you'll go on the road after that. How cool would it be if the Dirty Birds were to win the championship? I mean, it's something that I think that Charleston would really, really get all excited about. They've been excited all season with this team.
Dave, I moved here 5 days before the Christmas parade in 2022, and we went to that. And I've been thinking about it since then of having the trophy at that parade. So I think it would be absolutely amazing. I think we've got a heck of a great shot. And I love what we're doing, and everything with the 12 and under, for kids 12 and under, free tickets, for just doing everything we can to get the community engaged. I think it's really, really exciting.
And that's one of the great things I like about this ownership group, Andy, is the fact that you folks do give so much back to the community. I mean, even during the off season, you're out doing the stuff. Of course, we'll have this Salango Law Light the Night over at the ballpark, too. That's something that you don't necessarily have to do, but you've agreed to do it again. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. So even though the players aren't around then, this ownership group is really, really involved in the community with things throughout the year.
It's very real to us. And, the thing that was funny is that, of course, I was happy to be in Gastonia winning the Southern Division Saturday, but we were the sponsor of 2 different community events that day. So was bummed that I wasn't personally here, but we had Dusty, our mascot, there. We had representation. So, yes, it is as exciting and as amazing it is on the field. I mean, we want to be the best we can be 365 days a year.
And Jill, remind folks where they can watch the game if they can't make it to the ballpark.
If you can't make it to the ballpark, you can go to flowbaseball.com, register there, or get your tickets at dirtybirdsbaseball.com. And remember, this is our first championship series appearance since 2008. We are going for our first league title since 1990.
1990. Jill and I talked about it. You weren't born.
I was not born yet.
Were you born in 1990, Andy?
Maybe.
Yeah. I certainly was.
All right. Of course.
I was in college at the time. All right, guys, we'll see you at the ballpark tomorrow night. And Jill, I guess I'm going to have you back tomorrow, right? Is that the way this is?
We have to,
because
at this point.
You or somebody will be here to talk about the Dirty Birds tomorrow. Jill and Andy, I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks a lot. The Dave Allen Show and 580 Live, brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses live to make life better for you and your family.
Welcome to Poca Valley, where we've been in business since 1908. Today, we serve Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties. We believe you deserve banking that provides friendly customer service. For all of your financial needs, stop by one of our 8 convenient locations. Call us at 844-782-2651 or visit us online at PocaValleyBank.com. Poca Valley, where relationships matter.
Member FDIC.
With the right support and care, a seed can grow into a resilient plant. Recovery takes patience, intention, and a willingness to listen. Every path is different, and every story of substance use is an opportunity for transformation. When it comes to growing and restoring our communities, we need everyone to break through addiction. Learn more at backtolifewv.org.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Seven minutes away from 10. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Live Healthy West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. Live Healthy West Virginia, tackling pressing health issues, heart disease, diabetes, RSV, Alzheimer's, and more. It's a podcast, offers insights into medical breakthroughs and preventative care, featuring WVU Medicine's expert physicians, aimed at fostering healthier lifestyles in and beyond West Virginia. It's a valuable resource for all. Check out the latest episodes on WVMetronews.com. Go to the podcast menu and start your journey towards better health today. Text says, happy birthday, Dave. We enjoy your radio program each morning. Keep up your great work. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I have fun with it. That's the bottom line. I have fun. Text says, Dave, why hasn't anyone asked or even addressed why Jill Biden led a Biden cabinet meeting and why her signature is now included on White House stationery? She is not an elected official. We are living Woodrow and Edith Wilson reincarnate, says a texter. Text says, Dave, thank you again for helping get the Kanawha County Public Safety Radio feedback online. Much appreciated. I didn't do anything there. All I did was basically, when we started getting text that it wasn't appearing on certain platforms, I just was kind of the conduit between the texter and Johnny Rutherford, and apparently things seem to be back up and operating as they should. So I didn't really do anything. I just kind of provided the forum, I guess. We have spent a great deal of time over the last few weeks, not only on this show, but also on other media outlets, talking about the threats to schools. And this story from Friday that emerged is just a little bit different. And story and pics of the perp are posted at WVMetronews.com, courtesy of Aaron Parker. So this dude named James Wilson, he was 50 years old, of Miami, the one here, not the one in Florida, decided to go squirrel hunting next to Sharon Dawes Elementary School in Cabin Creek. This all happened Friday. Maintenance workers reported hearing gunfire around 7:45 Friday morning. 17 shotgun shells were found on the roof of the school. Now, apparently the guy thought it might be a good idea to go hunting next to a grade school. Not so much. He was arrested and charged with hunting without a license, illegal possession of wildlife, and negligent shooting. Kids got the day off because of it, and Mr. Wilson became a resident of South Central Regional Jail. And I was thinking about this morning, what a difference a few decades makes. Because, again, since my birthday, I can do this when I was young. But in all seriousness, growing up in a rural area as I did, it was not uncommon when I was in elementary school in the 1970s for kids to bring guns to school, have them in their locker because their parents knew they were going squirrel hunting or whatever after school. And we had the lockers in the classrooms, and I can literally remember watching kids bring guns to school and placing them in the locker. Maybe it was a little bit different, back then growing up in a rural area, but you can't do that today, for obvious reasons. I get it. But it just kind of struck me, the contrast between what a difference that 40 or so years make. Well, 50 years or so makes. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. Texas Dave, let's talk about important things. The Cowboys coaching staff, front office, and owner needs changing. Well, I'll say this about my Cowboys. On my birthday weekend yesterday, they got down to a large margin to Baltimore, 28-6, and there in the fourth quarter, they mounted a comeback. Unfortunately, though, the clock is undefeated. And had they had that fire early on that they had toward the end of the game, Dak was just picking the Ravens defense apart. Unfortunately, he waited till there was 5 minutes left in the game to start that, and the defense for Dallas came alive too. So we got some problems in Big D for sure. And what about I don't want to turn it into a sports show, but what about the Reds firing David Bell, their manager, with 5 days left in the season? The Reds were officially eliminated from the playoffs like last week or so. Why with 5 days left in the season do you walk at this point? As Jeff said this morning on the morning news, could have been one of those things where they said, we're going to fire you at the end of the season. And he said, you know what? I've already started packing. I've already got my stuff out the door. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, David Bell is out in Cincinnati. So should Governor Jim Justice have a debate against Glenn Elliott? Hoppy did a poll on Twitter, or X now, that said yes, he should. Justice, of course, the Republican nominee for Senate, currently held by Joe Manchin. Glenn Elliott, the Democrat nominee. Glenn was on the show actually last week, and I asked him about the debate, and he again challenged Jim Justice, saying, and this was actually funny, he said, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, he can even bring his dog if he wants, if I can bring mine. Now, for his part, the governor is saying no to a debate, and he says the race is already over. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not so sure the governor should debate Elliott. He's already way ahead in the polls, and to be honest, it's going to be darn near impossible for a Democrat to win anything in this state. And that's not meant as a disrespect toward Glenn Elliott, but it's just where we are right now. And the same goes for Huntington Mayor Steve Williams and his battle for governor against AG Patrick Morrisey. Steve Williams taking a very interesting stance, though, and both Hoppy and I talked about this last week. Steve Williams has come out in favor of recreational cannabis, and he'd like to have it put on the ballot. Well, the makeup of the legislature now, that's not going to happen. But you can, my grandma used to say, Ryan, you can want in one hand and you know what in the other one, see which one gets filled up quicker. It's grandma logic. All right, got to go. Thanks to Dr. Marty Roth, University of Charleston, for being on the show today. Andy and Jill from the Dirty Birds, and the Tori and Marjorie from the Kanawha Garden Club as well. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk some home security with Josh Beam from Jute. Also talking October West with Rick Cavender from Charleston Urban Works. Follow the news of the day, WVMetroNews.com and WCHSNetwork.com. Download the WVRC Media app and the Metro News TV app as well. Thanks for all the birthday wishes, folks. I'm 54. I'm old. I will see you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM, W243DRFM Charleston, and W283AQ Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.